turning this into this. We're Bo and Kate, and after 20 years together, we've decided to live out our dream of traveling across the Americas. To do that, we're building our very own dream camper. So stick around for the adventure. This is the Blacktop Nomad. Last year was tough, as we had to part with our very first camper we lovingly called Farm Truck. Motivated to build another one, we came up with a plan. We wanted to build a removable camper that we could haul in both a truck and on a trailer. After researching tons of different options, we finally found just what we were looking for. So we clicked add to cart and patiently waited. And that's where our story begins. A fresh dose of ice and snow greeted our package the day it arrived. Seeing it in the crate for the first time, I felt like I made a mistake as it was much bigger than I anticipated. So the driver made sure he left before I could change my mind. Once in the driveway, I began the tedious process of uncrating it, and I was finally able to get my first glimpse of our new camper. With the help of our neighbor, I was able to get it loaded onto our trailer and moved inside so we could start the transformation. A little Scotch-Brite to rough up the surface, and some glass cleaner to degrease it. Kate and I set to work getting the shell ready for paint. New color in hand, which admittedly wasn't super different from the original, we began to lay down our first coat. You may recognize Larkin standing over there in the corner. Him and his wife made the mistake of stopping by while we were painting, so we put him to work refilling our paintbrushes. Later that night we applied our second coat, and I began the task of trying to figure out how to install our fan so I could plug that giant gaping hole in the back. A few screws and a little sealant later, we left the camper to cure for a while so I could start on another pressing project. I needed to build a platform in the truck bed so that our camper could sit on it. So I broke out the tape measure, marked some lines, made a few cuts, realized the 2x10s I bought weren't tall enough, managed to break the rear door handle trying to grab something out of the back seat, and then decided just to give up for the day and have an ice cream bar. Next day, I went back to the lumberyard, grabbed a bunch more wood, measured once, measured twice, measured 3 times, grabbed some safety glasses, fired up the table saw, ripped down my first 2x12, and somehow managed to cut it too short. Look at me go. I got it right on the second try though, and found a rather genius fix for the first one I messed up. A little caulking and paint will make it what it ain't. From there I slid my braces back into the truck just to double check they were the correct length. And then, I guess I decided I needed to perform a stress test of sorts. From there I grabbed another saw, cut off a piece of the OSB from the crate, grabbed some hinges, some hardware, a kayak handle, and boom, I had a door. I used the rest of the OSB from the Tusca crate to make a slide so we could easily snag anything from the back once the camper is loaded. From there, I just had to do a little final assembly and load it back into the truck for a little YouTube magic. A little bow carpet and some matching paint and it almost looks semi-professional. Paint now fully dry, we returned our attention to the camper. We started by taping out a guideline, grabbed a little brown vinyl, and with a little trial and error, took our first steps towards transforming the exterior. Next color up was a little apricot yellow. And using a tape measure with a little good old-fashioned eyeballing, I laid down the accent stripes. Turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. From there it was a steady stream of cutting vinyl, applying the vinyl, cutting and weeding tons of more vinyl, and applying it all until at last it was finished. It came out so good that our camper was literally matching the smile Kate and I both had felt after seeing days of hard work pay off for the first time. It's hard to believe how far we've come after seeing where we started. The mistakes we've made, the setbacks we had, all the work we put in, the things we learned or learned to overcome, just brought us closer together. Because in the end, we know that if we can't make it go right, we can always just go. On our next episode, we tackle the interior. We've got huge plans for this, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next episode of the Blacktop Nomad.